Ginge Poker and Roundhead Poker's whistling the Scorpions there for you. After the Bellagio to play some cards. Hopefully you can get them 100-100. Saturday, so we're going to grind all day today if we can. He's not happy about that.
Yep, grinding. No beers today.
He won some money yesterday.
Yep, 2K.
2K, I'll do. That's the trip paid for. Let's try and get some profit. Let's go.
Okay, guys, so day 2 of the challenge, and it went pretty well. We only played 10-20 all day. We actually started the session at 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm still all over the place and jet lagged. And we played till around 5 p.m. the next day. We won about $7,300. Didn't get asked into the 100-100 game, but I'm just literally exhausted. I'm all over the place schedule-wise. To add to my frustration, we actually finally have a huge pot that's going to get us added for the session. We're going to make a lot of money. First of all, if you don't know, instead of playing rake in a lot of the games in Vegas now, you pay time. At the 10-20 game, the time is usually $9. It might be $8, I don't remember. So $9 per player, 8 players at the table, that's $72 in rake, quick maths. But what we do instead of doing that is, because it takes a little bit of time and we want to tip as well, we add on $20, $25 for the tip. So it's around $100 taken out of the pot. We all put $100 in, we go straight to the flop. So the pot is about $700, 8 players, but 100 is taken out for the rake and the pre-tip. And then we just go straight to the flop, and that's a bomb pot. But the flop in this particular bomb pot came Queen 10-8 with a flush draw. We see Poker Buddy make a bet. We see 3 players call. We look down at the cards, not really paying attention. And oh my god, we have Jack 9. And we're like, okay, we're going to win a big pot. Let's do this. We make a pretty chunky raise. Poker Buddy 3 bets. We're absolutely balls deep. Folds back to me. I go all in. She doesn't snap. And I'm like, okay, I've got the best hand. I've just jammed for like 12k. She's tanking. I think I have her covered. She's around the same stack at this time. I don't remember exactly. She tanks for what seems like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm absolutely thinking, all right, guess we got to run this twice. I'm just going to hope I win both. She probably got some kind of combo or set. Tanks and tanks and tanks. Eventually calls with the same hand. Wonderful. None of us have got a flush draw backdoor, so we just chop the hand. She claims that she thought that there was a higher straight available. Not sure why she would then 3-bet the flop if that was the case. I'm not sure what's going on, but I chopped that pot. Still frustrated, still tired. No excuses, but losing session where I decided to quit early and try and get some rest.
Yo, just got back to the hotel room. Didn't grind super long today. Well, actually I did, about 10 hours, but decided to quit early. Just didn't go my way from the start today. Played in some 5-10, waiting for the 100-200 game, which I never got into. 5-10 was a great game actually. First hand I play, I think I got aces. We go 5 ways, didn't win the hand. Obviously, who wins 5 ways with aces? And then I went up to the 10-20 game, which was just full of regs. I thought about leaving and just going somewhere else. Maybe my ego would let me move down, but we were playing a 10-20-20, which is significantly bigger than 5-10. Then it was a 10-20-20-40. So it was, it's a big enough game that when fish sit down or we can play sit down, we're still probably going to make more money with a couple fish there than playing with a full table at 5-10. So played there, but just literally lost every hand. All my 3-bet pots, 3-bet, C-bet, miss. 3-bet, call a 3-bet, call a C-bet, call a turn barrel, fold. Then end up getting a little bit frustrated, to be honest, and then played one hand. I stopped vlogging, not because I didn't want to see people to see the dancing, but just because it's a high stakes game. I wanted to focus on what I was doing. I'm still getting used to vlogging anyway. And I think when I stopped vlogging, I'm like down like 3K on the day, which is fine, but I was just frustrated. So I just didn't want to like have to think about filming the hands whilst being frustrated. I wanted to focus and get my rhythm back. Got a little bit of rhythm back, but then just proceeded to donk off. Like the one hand where I donked off the most was against Poker Bunny turning it straight, and I just called off on the river in a spot where I shouldn't have called off. Ironically, I then doubled up in the exact same spot 2 hours later, so that kind of balanced itself out. So that was kind of neutral, even though I technically should have folded. I would say like 4k on that hand if I fold the river. But yeah, other than that was my only biggest blunder I've made on this trip, I think, so far. Obviously only 3 days in, plenty of poker to play, but I quit. I'm not jet lagged, but I feel like my sleep hasn't got round to being normal yet. So first bad day, ended up losing 10k today. Which puts me basically even on the trip, start again. But yeah, played one round of high stakes. I'm actually up like 7k at the 10-20, down a k at 5-10, and down 7k at 100, 100, 200. So, you know, no swings really, but that's the nature of the game. It's going to be a long 90 days. Still plenty of money to be made. We'll reassess tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow's the day off and a good day to get a lot. It depends on my sleep today, basically. Maybe I'll try a different venue tomorrow, see if there's any bigger games elsewhere because I can't get into this one at the Bellagio. And then I'm going to try and explore. Go to Texas, go to LA, see who'll take me, wear the cowboy hat, do my thing. Let's fucking go.
The next day, we were all over the place with what stakes we were playing. We ended up actually playing a few short sessions. One of 510 when we lost $1,500. One of 1020 where we lost $2,700. We go back to sleep. We're like, this is not happening for us. We're going to go back out. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. There happens to be a game.
Good morning from 6 o'clock in the morning Vegas time. Let's have a look outside. Dusk. So got home yesterday. Went home pretty early, relative. Game wasn't great anyway, so still haven't recovered properly, but I'm playing a lot of hours. So good to take some rest when the game isn't good. I'm in the elevator now. Woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but had some great sleep. It's now 6. There's still a 10-20 running. There's no seats at the moment, but I'm gonna head over, see what's going on. Couldn't get back to sleep, so it's Vegas. 6 o'clock in the morning, 10-20, let's fucking go.
A few moments later.
Yo, just came back to the room after, well, we'll talk about what's happened. So, finished a 10-20 game yesterday at 6 p.m. Went home, went to sleep. The game broke about 8 p.m. So obviously after the fish leaves, the game's gonna break. Just nothing really going on in that game. I wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and see that one of my friends who turned up late after the game had broken had managed to turn a 5-10 into a 10-20. And I said, is it worth going? I was still kind of thinking about going back to sleep. And he goes, yeah, maybe. And then there was a seat at like 6 in the morning. I stroll over, just because I'm getting up now anyway. Start playing the 5-10, because there's no seats now for the 10-20. And eventually get a seat after a couple of the fish leave, a couple of the regs leave. But I'm happy to play. I'm here to play, so I'll play some 10-20, no problem. One guy, more fun than the others. And slowly the regs just start leaving. And I'm like, man, you guys just have no heart. There's a fish in the game, we don't leave. That's how cash games work, buddies. You don't just get good games every day. And like playing the high stakes in the room at the moment because Bobby's room isn't running, or at least hasn't started yet. So, you know, if you're ever in a game and there's a spot in the game, like, play. Don't quit. There's gonna be times where there's no spots and you just quit those times, like me yesterday. Anyway, so we played, and I decided, I've been a bit frustrated, to be honest, the last few days. Just losing all the 3-bet pots. Nothing crazy, making like a slight blunder versus Poker Bunny in one hand, and just being a bit frustrated, and was net down on the trip yesterday, 7K. Nothing too crazy, obviously. And moving over to, I was up like something small from 510, like $40 or something, and moved over, and I was like, all right, let's go. I just proceed to just like lose some like slightly awful spots straight away. Eventually just put my 20K stack on, and I got like 14K. And then one of my other friends sits down, there's like 4-handed, me, 2 pros, and a fish who I'm out of position against. And I got like 14K on the table after bleeding to one of my friends. Just him just flopping sets against me, him just like, but yeah, so what I was gonna say was I decided not to vlog just because I wanted to focus this session and just, you know, it's high stakes. Eventually the game actually became 20, 40, 80, which is pretty big, the biggest, second biggest I played so far on the trip. I just want to dig down and just play good and not really worry about filming and stuff. Just because like winning money poker is the main reason I'm here. But yeah, was down like 6K pretty fast, but then seemed to just slowly turn it around. Just grinded, just won a few nice pots, value bet well, and then eventually, and then one hand, I did a really nice bluff. I don't know whether I like this play actually, it's a little bit spewy, but here's the hand. I opened Jack 10 of hearts, fish calls in the cutoff. Reg, new reg, spit weird reg, not sure if he's good. I would lean bad reg. Squeezes, I call Jack 10 of hearts with the fish behind. I don't hate if it's a fold pre, but when I'm playing like 3 blinds plus antes and all that kind of stuff, plus the fish behind, I think it's probably gonna find a call. Flop comes King 10X, reg C bets small, I call, fish folds, turns an ace, I check, he bets 1600 into 2400. I think it's pretty close on the turn here, but well, I don't think it's close. I think it's usually a fold, sometimes call. So maybe frustration gets the better of me, but I was trying to work out what he's up to with 1600 on the turn. Like, I don't think he's got too many queen jacks for that sizing, and I think he can still have some bluffs here. but I'm probably just over justifying that. I think folding the turn's fine. I call, river brick, I check, he bets 4,100, and then I find the bluff jam, and he just fold pretty fast. And he claims when I show one card, which was a 10, who playing show 1, he claims that the 10 was good. It takes a few seconds to think about it and then folds, so I don't think the 10 was good, to be honest. But anyway, very like a few hands later, obviously he sees a 10, he probably thinks I'm bluffing because I don't think I play 10s like that very often. So he probably does work that out. A few hands later, open under the gun, I 3-bet aces, he call 4-bets, I 5-bet, he jams all in for 8k, I call, he's got ace king off, and we just win 8k. So we've gone from, so I think that bluff hand put us back to even / slightly up, and then we're up like 10k pretty fast. Then win a few pots against the fish, the table starts to fill up. So we're quite happy with ourselves now, we're probably up like 12k. Then we lose an annoying one versus a new player who seems super tight. Obviously he's a bit fishy, but like he's not going to do anything too crazy. He 3-bets the small blind, I defend ace queen after I open. The flop comes ace king x, 2 clubs, I have the ace of clubs. He checks, which is a bit strange. I check back. Turn is the 8 of diamonds, brings a second flush draw. He checks, I bet 1,200 into 1,500. He calls. The river is another ace, so I'm like pretty happy with my hand. He checks, I bet 2,800, thinking, well, if he's got a weak ace that checks, he's gonna just pay this off. And then he rips for like 9k, and I think he's just never bluffing here, so I just folded, which I didn't think about it too much, to be honest. I was like, well, this guy doesn't bluff, and I don't expect him to bluff and just spew off here, and he has some traps, like aces, ace king, wait, he doesn't have aces. He has ace king, kings, maybe some other stuff, maybe like ace 8 occasionally as well. Maybe ace, whatever the flop card was, maybe 8s occasionally, maybe whatever, you know what I mean? So, but the point is I don't see a bluff here. So I folded and he showed me jacks. So I was wrong and he had a bluff. So maybe I should have thought about that a little bit more. Spoke to some people about that. One guy thinks there's a no bluff spot. The other guy thinks, yeah, you should probably still call ace queen, but who the fuck knows? I folded, whatever. And then, but just proceeded to just chip up really. Nothing too crazy. Don't think I won any of the big pots after that, other than just like 3 pots and all that kind of stuff. And eventually finished for the biggest win of the fucking trip so far, day number fucking 5, the biggest win we've got, cashed out around 38,000. I think my net for that session was up 17.4. Brown Hair Poker won like 6k as well. So great day for everyone. Gets me up 10k now for the trip. So far so good. We need to obviously win a lot more and play some more high stakes stuff if we are going to be close to our goal, but hopefully we get some more high stakes action. That is the plan. That is the goal. Gonna shower now, get ready for dinner. Dinner in a few hours. Gonna have a good time. Gonna take the rest of the evening off. Have a great sleep and reassess tomorrow. Peace. Just finished my second ever session in the private game room. Won 40k. Biggest win of the session. Biggest win of the trip. Puts us up 50k overall.